Hi, it's Barb Kelly, Clinical Psychologist and Child Psychologist. Today I'm going to share a therapy activity that you can do through video to support children with change. Children have experienced a lot of change of recent, and this might be a particularly relevant activity for you. So you might have identified this activity through a discussion with the family before by email. You've had a bit of a chat, you've identified this is one you're going to do, and you've asked the family to organise some resources like milk and food colouring and dishwashing liquid for this activity. So I'm going to come at you just like we're normally doing a session, a therapy session. I'm not using my best webcam. This is just through the laptop, and I'm going to share screen and move it around. It might be a bit clunky, but I want you to kind of know this is just how it can be really real and really useful. So what you'll start by doing is getting the child to pour some milk into the container and then add a few drops of colour for each thing that they've noticed has changed. And I'm going to start by sharing my screen, my whiteboard with you, and I'm going to say, oh, okay, so you've chosen red food colour for something that's changed, and the red thing that changed for you was school. And I'm going to identify whether it was expected or unexpected to maybe be doing school quite differently. A lot of the kids, it's going to be unexpected. But when we name it, we tame it. So you had some unexpected change. What did you value about school? What was important for you about school? Well, this little person might say, I loved the socialising. I loved the friendships and the learning. Okay. And then the next thing we might do is add another colour. And I might change colour as well. So I might go over to, well, they said red for that one. So now I'm going to start typing on this one, and I might make it green. Oh, hang on, too much. Red. And then the next one they might say is blue. And the things that changed for them was there's no more scouts. And I might ask them, well, what was important about scouts for you? Well, they loved the learning and the accomplishment, and I loved the physical activity. That was what I valued. Okay, so I don't have those things anymore, and it's changed. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop screen sharing with you, and I am going to show you this milk experiment and how it's looking. So I'm tilting down my screen, I'm adjusting it. It's not the fanciest, but this is the way we make it work, okay? So we've got some food colour in there. The next thing that we notice changes is maybe they've got a different routine. They used to go and see grandma on the weekends, and now they talk to her through the video conferencing, or they see cousins through video conferencing. Well, what is it that they valued about that experience? They valued connecting with family. And the last one I might get them to identify some other changes that just happen in the world, in nature. So what's an animal that changes? What happens at the end of the day? The weather that changes, the moon, the stars. Talk about whether those are expected or unexpected. Well, they're expected change. We know they're going to happen. So that they're starting to normalise change. It happens everywhere. And then I'm going to pop a little dishwashing liquid in here. We're going to notice what happens, all right? So we had quite a lot of change, and I might ask them, was that expected or unexpected? What happened on your end? Did it do the same thing? What are the colours like? I might put in a bit more dishwashing liquid to really get some swirls going. So a lot of the kids have done this before, and it might be expected. Asking them what it's like for them, and noticing that their values are still there. Tilt the screen up. The things that are important to them are still there, they just look different. The dishwashing liquid was maybe the COVID-19. There's been a lot of change, it was unexpected, but they can still live their life according to their values, and get them to do some activity scheduling according to those values. So what are you going to do today to live the value of connection? What are you going to live the value of fun, of adventure? How are you going to do that? I hope that's a useful activity. I look forward to your feedback. don't forget that it's okay to make mistakes, to be rough and tilty and move the screen around. That's what makes this normal. This is what makes this a genuine interaction. Enjoy connecting with families in their home, and good luck with the motion sickness when you get carried around on an iPad and the kids introduce you to their pets. But it's really fun, and I want you to enjoy that really special experience. I hope you've liked that activity about dealing with change and supporting children with change.